All right. I know I just said in the previous video that I don't like complaining about games. So I'm going to try to take these announcements that they've put out um, with a positive spin. I'm going to try to be positive. I'm going to try to be good vibes about it. I'm going to release two videos in the same day where I'm going to lament some of the things that they're doing in the game. But I'm going to try to stay positive. Woosah. Let's get to the video.
There is a difference between you and me. We both looked into the abyss. But when it looked back at us, you blinked.
Hi guys, I'm Gravy here, and this is a DC Roast Collide video. In this video, I just spent like the last 2 minutes talking with homie Lefty about why the Sacrifice team may be a problem for players to wrap their arms around. It was a friendly, nice discussion. Good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. We're all cool over here. No yelling yet, no screaming yet. Might come soon enough though. Anyway, so I'm gonna go through this transmission now. I am worried because there are some things that were said. I've skimmed it, and I'm hoping that because I skimmed it, I've missed some stuff. But from what they're saying, it's not that it automatically says something bad is happening. It has me worried. Because the last time they decided to do rebalancing, they basically really nerfed a lot of characters that I liked and was using. So here we go. From the Watchtower. This is a transmission from the Watchtower, August dev update. So here we go. Hello, heroes. You don't know me. I might be a villain. I'm Tony Perkins. Obito. Hola, Obito. If you know that song. Design director for DC Worlds Collide, here on behalf of WB San Francisco game team. One theme we hear from players is the desire to know more about what's coming up, both in seasons and in seasons to come. I want to talk like this once per quarter. So today I thought we'd talk a bit and peel the curtain back on upcoming development. Okay, all right. So if this is just like an overview of what is to come, that's cool. We like it. What's on the radar? Fantastic. Still need a calendar about actual events that are coming every month. As you saw in the previous video, I might release these videos back to back. No, I can't sing his songs. I cannot sing his songs. Anyway, mission briefing. What's on radar? A quick caveat. Game development can be unpredictable, so what we share here could change, but here's where things stand. And this is what I meant. I was saying it on the stream, actually, about how these games take a lot of work and there's a lot of development in the background, and there's plans months and months in advance. You notice how he said every quarter for these updates? They've planned the next 2 quarters, just so you know. Probably further, at least in terms of ideas of that third quarter and the fourth. They have a lot of stuff going on. That's why they can't say, we want Joker, and then he's in there 2 weeks later. It doesn't happen that way. It's not that fast. All right, anyway. We worked 2 whole years in advance of new characters, reinforcements, artifacts, all of which are in various stages of development. We love working alongside our friends at DC and the Superman movie, and we look forward to more opportunities to bring favorite characters to our games. What that's saying to me is they know which movies are coming out next. I'm going to need y'all to let me know what's up. We're in the midst of closing out Justice Gang season and preparing for the next season, which will arrive on August 27th. More on this in the next section, and more to come in the games. Okay, cool. So the next season is August 27th. That is 11 days from recording of this video. We're also watching the meta closely. Our rebalance changes are coming in our next Brother Eye recalibration patch, which I do not like. Here we go. The next update doesn't have an exact date yet, but will be coming next season. I will say that you can expect, and this is where I'm worried. Changes to Mara, Bizarro, Vixen, the Creature Commandos, and others. 1. Mara, Bizarro, and Vixen are famously. I say famously as if I'm not the one saying it and 40 people watch me. Famously nothing, but complaints about Bizarro. I like Bizarro a lot. I think he could be a good tank. I just don't use him that much, but I think he could be really good. But point being is that I don't think they're going to give Bizarro a nerf. They're definitely not giving Vixen a nerf. Everybody complains about her. Mara, people don't know if she's good or not. Reading her kit, I'm not sure. So I'm assuming it's not going to be a nerf. The Creature Commandos, they gave a buff to the creature commandos before global release. Some of them, Dr. Phosphorus, and I want to say Weasel. Constantine works on that team, and they gave him a nerf actually. I don't know about the Bride, but I have heard that the Bride isn't a great legendary, but it is what it is. The and others is what bothers me. There are characters in the game that I absolutely love using and playing and have invested in a lot. If you're talking about rebalancing in terms of improving other characters that aren't used as much, cool. If you're talking about nerfing characters that we've put resources into and some of us have put money into, go to hell. Because you can't give us, you did it with Zatanna and Kid Flash. You can't give us all these characters and then have us put all of this investment into them over and over and over again and then nerf them and remove any of their value, because now you're selling me a car. This is a fantastic car. This is an amazing car. I love my car. And then you come in and you take the engine and change it. So now the car that I like so much doesn't run as well as it used to. Does it still get me to the place? Probably, maybe. Slower, worse gas efficiency. I have to use more gas in it. And. But I had a car I liked, and now you screwed it up. You did it with Zatanna. You did it with Kid Flash. I don't even like Constantine, and you did it with Constantine. You did it with Lex. You did it with so many characters before global release, and the whole thing I said was like, all right, fine, it's a rebalancing before global release. Cool. If you're gonna go through and nerf more characters, go to hell. Go to hell. So we'll see. I'm hoping that I'm being dramatic and that it's not like something where it's nerfing characters. Hopefully they're rebalancing in the sense of like, hey, let's make Batgirl into an epic now. Making her and Catwoman a rare was insane. Stuff like that. Maybe that. Someone in my chat did note that they want people to put as many resources into all the characters as possible. That's, of course, they do. That's how they make money off the game. You put your resources into a bunch of characters. You eventually end up spending money because there's so many characters you want to develop. Let's go. However, creature commandos, and this is something I was talking about before, and I'm going to try to be brief about this because I know I'm going on a lot. They're a sacrifice mechanic. I'm not a big fan of the sacrifice mechanic, period. But I've had enough people in my chat to be like, no, it's really good. It's really good. There's, good characters. You can make it work, and it's actually pretty devastating. However, this is me as a content creator with people in my chat telling me all these different things. If I'm just a regular player and I'm not creating content, I don't have a bunch of people in my ear. Maybe I watch a few videos, when I have time. Maybe I read something on Reddit. But I'm not investigating the way that a content creator would. I would probably have leaned away from doing any of the characters that have sacrifice in their mechanic in terms of investing in them. I just don't like the idea. And I think a lot of players are like that. Is it right or wrong? No. I'm not saying whether it's right or wrong. You choose your own path. You choose your own adventure. But I don't know why you keep readdressing the creature commandos. And I feel like the only reason that's happening is because people aren't playing with them. And the only thing I could think of with all the people who have said that they love the damage that they put out, like Weasel and Dr. Phosphorus, that it must be that people don't like that sacrifice thing. Then again, that's just me assuming based on how I feel. We plan for Brother Eye to be an ongoing place for us to make big swings to bring characters to life and shake up gameplay. Bring characters to life is cool. Shake up gameplay makes me think like you're going to be nerfing characters. That is not to say we aren't thinking ahead about brand new game modes. To answer an often talked about question, League versus League event or game mode is something we talk about often within our team. The need for an in-game feature where elder players can really sink their teeth into something we see a desire for. We are exploring what the game mode could look like for DC Dubsy today, but it is not planned in the next quarter and not something we are ready to dive into any specifics about today, which is fair. We will be sure to update you when we have more concrete plans to share. So, and I mean, this says to me, and this is not saying it in a bad way. Like I said, this stuff takes a lot of work and time. Don't expect a new game mode anytime soon. Not this quarter, and not the next quarter, and not the quarter after that. Because if they're going to do a whole new game mode, it's going to take a lot of work. If they want to have it done right, it's going to take a lot of work, a lot of time. And guys, you would much rather them take more time on it and release something right than for them to rush through it and make a buggy, frustrating experience. So Cool. Character files. What's next on the roster? Our roster for the rest of 2025 has become a lot more solid, but that doesn't mean I am ready to spill the beans on everything that is coming. Our season of Superman is still ongoing and will be coming to a close with the conclusion of the next Elite Arena. The next season will start immediately after that on August 27th. So it's a bit too early to tell you the characters coming up next, but I can tell you the mechanical theme, physical damage. So they're going from superpower to physical, much like how Superman's season was focused on superpower damage. Okay, read on Greifer. They were going to say it. This season will be this will be the other side of the coin. Other side of that coin. The characters of our next season are all about physical damage, working together to smash defenses and overwhelm teams with relentless attacks. They'll also bring a brand new status effect to fully tie together that theme. Thanks for okay. I would like to know. That's a good teaser. I'm in an annoyed place right now anyway, based on that whole Blue Beetle event BS and the idea that I'm already hyping up and making a dramatic thing of maybe they're going to nerf some of my favorite characters to play with. That last one is an assumption that I should not be making and getting upset about. I just got onto somebody yesterday about assuming that because they had a little bad luck in a free-to-play event, don't go ahead and get upset in the crypto event. Don't go ahead and freak out that you won't get crypto now. You got 8 days. Freak out when there's 2 days left. I'm being a bit of a hypocrite right now where I'm freaking out over something without having any information. I wish they would give us more information, but I am freaking out about the whole and others, and I don't want it to be nerfs. So I need to approach, like I said, I'm going to try to keep good vibes, okay? So new status effect, that's cool. I want to know what that is. That could be something fun. Superpower damage versus physical damage, they're flipping the coin. The concern that I have is that, well, maybe not. I was going to say that maybe it does kind of negate the characters that you worked on this season for superpower damage. However, for example, OG Superman is mostly physical damage and susceptible to superpower damage. So he is going to give physical damage and be ramped up. However, the superpower damage will still affect him greatly. So maybe it's just more fun gameplay. Maybe I don't have to worry about my tunes not being as useful or as powerful. It's just adding another side to the coin, right? We have 2 more seasons planned for 2025. Well, wait, what? 2 more seasons. So let's take this one from the 27th to the end of October. So let's say mid-October. And then, okay, that makes sense. That does make sense. So their seasons are a month and a half long. Both are built around mechanical themes we think will get players excited and open up fresh, dynamic ways to play. We'll share more as we get closer, so keep an eye out. Frost and Flame. People have been asking about this. We're currently committed to releasing characters in thematic seasons, just like Justice League, in the various seasons we've prepared through the rest of the year. By the way. Should I even do this? We kind of know. I can do a quick flash of this, right? We kind of know what's up. We kind of know what's up, right? We know that, yeah, we can go ahead and do it. Give me a second, guys. I'm going to show you something so that you guys can enjoy just real quick. I do not have this from any developers whatsoever, okay? I do not have this from any developers, all right? This is not me having any news about a game, okay? All right, I'm going to flash it real quick. In case you didn't know. You probably already do know. Let me make it bigger just so you don't get confused by the Superman in the background. I'm going to just be real fast. They said the next season's coming, right? Who that? Okay. Anyway. Okay, so we're currently committed to releasing characters in the thematic seasons. I wonder what next season's going to be. And the various seasons we've prepared through the rest of the year. Killer Frost and Firestorm have been on the minds of many players, and we haven't forgotten about them. While these two were part of the game in prior releases, they have found a new home. I thought they said homie for a second, and I was going to bust out laughing. In some upcoming seasons we have in store. When they do come out, we hope they will unlock new avenues of team building and play. And we are excited to see what you all do with them. That means that Killer Frost and Firestorm are on freeze for the moment while they wait for new seasons. That's cool. That's fine. We're already here. your burning questions, and we promise you won't have to wait for them too long. This is nice. Like a burning. This is like a nice communication. Like we know you guys are talking about it. They're there. We get it. They were there previously. We have plans for them. They're coming back. So be easy. That's cool. Okay. Everything else, I'm gonna need a little bit more information. We want you to know. Transmission received. We want you to know. We read everything on Discord. I'm sure you do. We're actively looking at ways to start directly engaging with our community more and hope this message has a strong first start. In our next season, look forward to more opportunities to ask direct questions and chat about larger developments. I will be happy to come back out here and talk about what's next. From the Watchtower, we're signing off. See you next season, heroes. All right, so in summation, I'm okay. Okay, positive. Okay, so let's be positive. First, they're going to shake up gameplay. It's never a bad thing for me to buff characters. Just don't do it crazy. I'm hoping to God that when they buff Bizarro, Vixen, Mara, it's something good. Creature Commandos, you guys can keep fiddling with them all you want to. I don't see their popularity increasing, but sure, maybe. Whatever. Please don't let this be nerfs. I'm going to assume for the moment that they're not nerfs and they're just other, like, they're trying to rework some of the elites, some of the rares, maybe a couple other epics that aren't really, like, noted that are going to have smaller changes. Maybe that, right? But not anything that's going to take away from the value of those characters. That's what I'm hoping. So we'll do that. You have League versus League play. They're talking about it, discussing it, but I wouldn't expect a game mode for that for at least 6 months. Because if they're only talking about it now, they still got to develop it. Now, granted, I don't know what the structure of the coding in the game is. I don't know how easy it is for them to add and remove stuff in terms of like game modes themselves. So I think it's coming. I don't think it's. I'm saying 6 months, but I can't say that for sure. I don't know that for sure. I'm just saying like that stuff takes time to develop and have it in the right way. So I would also just echo patience. It's coming. The game just started. So they understand the need for end game. I get that. And plus the end game is a small pool at the moment because the game just came out. So physical damage, superpower. I do like the flip over here where they're going from superpower damage to physical damage. Hopefully that opens up some gameplay opportunities, some theory crafting where you can make your own teams even stronger. I don't know, maybe even a combination of superpower and power damage, physical damage. Maybe that's a route you can go. So that's cool. They have the next 2 seasons planned. We already know what the next season is going to be. Does anybody know of a DC movie or TV series that's coming out in November? Because I think then we can figure out what the next season after the context clues. And yeah, just be patient. Killer Frost and Firestorm will come to the game eventually, probably sometime next year. So that is the transmission. I'm trying to keep positive vibes. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe. If you don't like it, subscribe and dislike. I'm okay with that as well. I'm going to end on this because this is a pretty awesome picture. See you guys next time.